everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma aka Blurs and today you join me for another speed build. Today I'm going to be working on a dairy farm, so we're going to think about cows, maybe a little dairy cheese making area as well. First things first is I'm going to put in a barn. Cows need barns, so that's why I'm going to do that first of all. I'm going to put my hard hat on right now and then we can do the little bit of terraforming that is required for this, so it is easy to replicate if you want. I'm going to use solar panels for the roof of the barn, so I'm just building up this area. I do go a little bit too wide, and that's purely because I have difficulties rotating and putting items in the right place, which you may have seen in my other speed builds. So I'm just going to make it a bit wider so that I've got plenty of room. But ideally, the space that you'll need is 4 by 4. That's just the room for the solar panels, and then you can always take down the extra cliffs that are needed to put up the solar panels themselves later once you're done. So I'm just trying to get these in place, and I'm going to go in with some custom designs underneath just to hide that grass. Nothing too fancy, you could use whatever you want, but I really like these brown doors. They're from the barn doors actually. You can kind of see the door handles on them, but I don't think that you really notice that once the solar panels are actually down. And then we're just going to remove these cliffs as I said about. There's no need to keep them here, and you can add trees and things in behind them, which works really nicely. Okay, there we go. Now time to play around with some simple panels. I've kind of got a bit better with my simple panels than I was in my previous build, and that's because of a tip for you. Remember which order you customize them in. And then whilst I was doing this, I kind of had the idea of using a wooden bookshelf to put behind the simple panels to try and give it a bit more depth. I'm just going to play with it, see how it goes and show you guys, and then we'll see how it looks, and if it doesn't look right we can always take it down. So I've got this kind of cute white barn style door, and then I've got the barn door itself. And I'm going to put the fireplace in the middle in front of the cows just so it... Patty, come on. I mean, I know she's appropriately in the area, but just getting in my way. It's so funny that Patty wants to be in the barn. I'm just going to also add in some flooring underneath. I forgot to do this, and it just makes the difference, I think, because then you can put custom designs on top of it, and also it just kind of finishes off the area, because when you think of a barn, you don't tend to think you walk straight in off of the grass, so that's why I did that. And then let's just put these simple panels back in place and try and make it work. I'm sure we'll be able to figure it out, but you never know. I'm contending with Huck and Patty right now. This is hard work. Okay, you better not get in my way, guys. So nosy. Why are villagers always so nosy? So yeah, so I've got the white cross barn one and also the barn door, which I'm going to try and make it look like the barn doors are open, and that's why you can see the cows poking through. I quite like it. My only thing about the wooden bookshelves is they're kind of sticking over the edge a lot. Maybe it would have worked better if I'd put them behind the simple panels. Still undecided. Yeah, I think we'll get rid of them and just go with the simple panels. It will still look great, so hopefully you guys will agree. As I say, I always say this, it is just a matter of playing around, see what works best. And then I'm going to add in some decoration around here. I know that's a balloon, I'm really sorry. I don't carry a slingshot around with me when I'm building just because of inventory space, so we'll have to keep the pixelated shades for another day. So I've added in a silo and some barrels, the hand cart as well, and some custom designs. I'm going to put a garden faucet here when I find it. I didn't mean to pick up the silo, that was an accident. That is going back down. So it's kind of taking shape. Sometimes you just need to figure out the placement. And I do find that kind of tilting the camera, getting a proper look at things when you're building really does help, because then you can see where things don't look quite right. My barrel core fans are going to love this build. There's going to be so many barrels, I can assure you. Remembering to use these umbrellas as well. This hay umbrella is really cute and very appropriate for the area with all the feed required for the cows. And the cows obviously need some water as well as their hay. And then just adding some items here and there. When I kind of do my speed builds, you guys will notice now I use my pipe quite a lot. What I try to do when organizing my inventory is try and do it area by area, thinking about the bigger pieces that I'm going to need first, and then try and grab the smaller items like things for on top of barrels, things like buckets. I'll take them maybe in my second trip if I know it's going to be a big build. I just thought that might be helpful for you, because you want to get the bones of your build in first of all before you go in with the little details. And also it can help inspire you, because when you're building sometimes things come to you. Like I said with the wooden bookshelves, I didn't plan on doing that. I mean, I know I didn't use it in the end, but it does definitely just kind of help you structure things a bit better. So if you're like a disorganized builder, or if you struggle with creativity because you feel overwhelmed, then that's kind of a little tip for you. Okay, that hay bed was kind of in line with the other one, so I'm going to move it over this side, add in some barbed wire fencing. I've used a lot of country fencing for this island, so I'm going to try and use some barbed wire fencing. Can't wait for the new fences, really excited about that. I think one of the first things I'll be doing is time traveling forward to try and get all the recipes. I'm assuming they'll be in the ABD machine. Adding some little details out here on this corner as well. Again with the barrel. I think this might look better pushed over. Yes, it does. And I thought that the pile of Zen cushions could add like bags of feed. I'm not sure if they really look like that, but I didn't want to waste another custom design on getting like a feed type custom design for the pillows. And then this is why I struggle so much. I said about giving myself extra space. I don't know. I think maybe it was my Joy-Cons playing up or something, or whether it was just me. Probably just me. But then I finally got it in the way that I wanted, and then Huck was there doing his workout. So I just wanted to move it over a smidgen more, and he was right there. So I'll have to do that later. Oh, he moved. There we go. That worked perfectly. I was in there like a shot. Right, and now I'm going to try and decide what to do out the front of his house. I am contemplating about removing Huck. I know that might upset some of you, but he is cute and his house is really nice for autumn. But I feel like I need a cow, another cow. Or maybe a goat could go here quite nicely because they produce milk as well, so that could work, even though it is a cow barn. Meh. It's a tiny detail, won't matter. So yeah, those are kind of my two options. I do like him, but yeah, maybe I'll have to do some jiggery pokery with my villager homes. We'll figure it out as we get nearer completion, which feels like it's not that far away. I feel like I want this island to go on forever at the moment, as much as I want to start Christmas or a winter island. I feel like this island is getting finished pretty quickly. This is the second speed build this week, which for this island, which is kind of unusual for me, but all I wanted to do is just decorate it, so I'm not going to stop that. And everyone's loving farm builds at the minute, it feels like, anyway, because we've got the crops coming, so I anticipate that there's going to be quite a few farm islands. And then when all the amazing farm islands come out with the new furniture, I'm just going to be in envy. I can see it happening now. Yeah. But I'll be happy with what I've got, what I've done on this island, and maybe revisit the theme at another time with the new furniture. I just think there's going to be so much to do that I'm going to be really overwhelmed, but we'll see. Anyway, back to the build. What I'm working on over here, I just laid down the path for where I want the kind of dairy factory to be. I don't know if it really classed as a factory, cheese factory maybe. And I'm adding in these tourist bathtubs because I'm going to make this like a little bit of a field. And I'm just emptying out my inventory so I can go and get items ready to make the cheese area. I know you can't really see this, but just for the sake of completion, I'm just going to add that tool shelf in. Okay, so just popping down the weeds here and there. As I say, I want this to be like a field, so hopefully these weeds will grow. Isabel's going to absolutely hate me, but it will look nice with all the autumn weeds here. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to add in a bit of fencing. I'm not sure what to do about like this tiny little bit immediately outside of Huck's house. Maybe a barrel will solve it. It does. That will do. And then I love this wagon wheel design. It's really, really cute, and I definitely need to move it more, use it more even. So let's start on the dairy farm factory thing. I have no idea what to call it. The whole thing's a dairy farm. So I'm going to use this tool. I've got the silo behind it, and I'm just going to add in like cheese related things, butter, milk, that sort of thing. Things where you can like would think of that there would be at like a cheese making factory. The stand mixer is very bright for this area, but I thought that it kind of works. It's in yellow. I just feel like it's an autumnal colour, and I've got little pops of yellow here and there, so that should work nicely. These milk crate barrels are just adorable, and we need to include them because they're like the raw milk, the raw ingredients to make the cheese. And then I thought I would use a table with cloth, and I've custom designed it to match the doormat that I've gone with under his door, which is cute. And then I'm going to put cheese on top, lots of cheese, if I can manage to get them the right way round. Another struggle, and I know this struggle is probably shared amongst a lot of the community. So the analog scale to weigh out the cheese, some cheese items. Gonna get in a couple butter churners in the corner here. Didn't realize you could customize them until earlier today. Why can you customize the butter churners and not the barrels? Someone tell me. It's not a nice color, but you can customize them. So I learned something new whilst I was doing this build. It still boggles my mind every time you find something that's customizable and you had no clue about before, so that's nice. And then this over here, this stool, I'm going to use this wagon design. It's like a rustic cutout standee design, which I love, and I haven't used it enough on this island, so I'm definitely trying to incorporate this. This can be like the milkman for the island, the milk and cheese man for the island out on delivery. And then I will get a rodeo style horse just to go in the front, just to give the idea that they're pulling along the wagon. Okay, just need to get a few more bits, and then I think we'll nearly be done. And plant some trees as well. I want to get some trees in behind the barn. So here we are, I'm back with the trees as if by magic. Just putting some either side. Got a few flowers as well, just to put here and there. And here's that rodeo horse, and also a cushion for this wooden stool, just to add a bit of comfort while you're working hard making that cheese. I think I can pop a few more flowers in here as well, just to add some colour. This is a bit difficult to navigate, so I'm just gonna push that back as well. Okay, so here we are. I've come in from a different angle, and we're going straight into the cheese making area and the delivery, the milkman. And this is Huck's house, all kind of cushioned in between all of the different bills that we've got going on. A few cows in the field, living their best life, eating the grass. And then here is the barn. And we've got a few cows in the stable. I just said it was a barn. I don't know why I've gone to a stable. We've got a few cows in the barn there, looking kind of relaxed, eating their hay. It will look better, I feel, when all the weeds have grown in. Although I do quite like the kind of like grass sprouted there. That's kind of cute. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the build. If you did, let me know in the comments. And please remember to like and subscribe the video, especially if you want to see more Animal Crossing content. It's always good to see new faces. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon with another video. Bye bye.